My name's Jack. I'm from London, England. This is... Oh, thank you. This is my first ever time in New York, my first ever show in New York, so thank you for having me. But Comedy Central presents. It's very exciting, you know. Oh, if my dad could see me up here now, he'd be very impressed. But, you know, I'm sure wherever my dad is now, he would be looking down on us. He's not dead, just very condescending. But I feel very lucky to be here. I feel very lucky to be here in one piece, if I'm being brutally honest, yes. On my way over here, right, getting the plane over from London, we were sat on the tarmac for half an hour, so as you can imagine, I was getting quite concerned. And then the PA system comes on, it's the pilot, and he genuinely says, "Ladies and gentlemen, do not be alarmed. We are incurring a couple of minor technical difficulties. In a couple of moments, the cabin will go quiet as we kill the engine before we then reboot it, and we should be on our way." Up there. I am on a little metal bird that is about to travel through the air at hundreds of miles per hour, and the way you plan to fix the current problem is by switching it off and then switching it back on again? No! Don't tell me that! Make up some technical I'm on a plane, it's not a Nintendo 64. You might as well have just said, if that didn't work, we're just going to send the co-pilot out onto the runway to see whether blowing on it works. Very scared. Because I'm a mummy's boy as well. Yeah, I'm a mummy's boy. I still live at home. I'm 22 years old. I still live with my parents. It's so sad. Because it's become quite difficult recently, right? Because I got into my first ever long-term relationship. I had a girlfriend for a while, okay? And it became very hard because I was living at home. And what I realised, right, is my mum will do anything she can within her powers to deter me from having sex in the family home. Sex elsewhere, that's fine, yeah? I went away on my first ever stag weekend. Me and some friends, we went to this horny, hooker-ridden pimple in Eastern Europe called Tallinn, Estonia. I went out there, right? My mother helped me pack my bag. I arrived in Estonia for the weekend. I opened the front pocket. Inside, she had packed 30 condoms. I was there for 2 days. I counted them when I came back. There was 31. Oh. She'll try anything, though, my mum. She does other stuff, right? Like, the other thing, she thinks I haven't noticed this. My mother has tried to desexualize my bedroom. She thinks I haven't noticed. It is so obvious. Like, the longer I was going out with this girl, right, the more children's toys would suddenly appear littered on the floor. Family photographs adorning every single mantelpiece. A massive framed picture of my creepy uncle above the bed. And this huge mound of cushions as well that you have to hack through before you can even get into the sheets. And all the cushions have little things embroidered on them as well to kill any kind of sexiness. You know, home, sweet home, mummy knows best, daddy's under the bed. What the hell? Get this, right? And my dad is very, very embarrassing, right? My dad is very embarrassing. I was invited, right? He's 70 years old, and he's got to that level where he just doesn't care what he says anymore. Yeah? I was invited in the UK to do this talk show, and one of the other guests on the talk show was the internationally acclaimed rap superstar Usher. So I was very excited. And before the show, yeah, Usher. I thought, what I'm going to do, right? I'm going to introduce my dad to Usher in the green room. That'd be a good idea, won't it? My dad went up to Usher and asked him for directions to his seat. He thought Usher was an usher. Because when I was growing up, I used to argue a lot with my dad, and over loads of different things, but there were a couple that kept reoccurring. Like, one of them, right, is that when I was younger, I went through a phase for, I don't know, about 5 years, where I really liked Robin Hood. And I mean, really like Robin Hood. To the level where I wanted to dress up as him all the time. And I mean all the time. And my dad hated this. The fact that he had to turn up to every single family function that we were invited to with his son in little green fishnet tights. Because he's hated it whenever I behaved like that as a child. He's always tried to cut it out. Like, when I was 13, I was given rollerblades by my mum for my birthday because that's what I wanted. My dad confiscated them. He's like, "You're not having them, they're far too gay, give them here." Because he's always tried to clamp down on my campness. And I think you'll agree, he's done a fabulous job. I mean, he still does it. He still does it. We had one flashpoint, right, one year, okay? It was a big one. One Christmas, I really wanted a Barbie, okay? Not in that way. I wanted Action Man to have a date for the ball. You know, he's a soldier. He deserves it. But my dad was like, you're not having a Barbie. There's no way I'm giving you a Barbie. I was like, well, just give me my allowance. I will go out and buy the Barbie. He was like, I'm not giving you allowance. You're not having it. I was like, well, that's it then. I'm running away. I'm leaving home. I'm going forever. You won't be seeing me again. Goodbye. I'm out of this house. I hate you. This is your last chance to tell me that you love me. If you don't tell me that you love me now, I'm out of that door. Actually, Mother, if I am to leave, I probably will require a bag, so maybe you could pack it for me. I'm going to need some provisions, an extra pair of tights, and Father, give me my rollerblades. They are mine. Well, that's it. I am gone for good this time. I will not be seeing you again. Don't you dare try and come and get me. I'm nearly gone now, Mother. I'm in the hallway, Mother. It's too late for sorries now! I'm nearly gone! I'm in the hallway, don't you dare try and come and get me! I'm by the door now, Mother! Goodbye, Mother! I'm gone now! I never get very far. What would happen, right, is I'd normally end up waiting on the corner of the sidewalk for my father to come and collect me in the car. He'd have to come in the car, even though I was 100 yards away from the house. That wasn't the point. I'd run away from home. He was getting in the car. He'd have to drive to collect me. He'd have to give me my allowance so I could buy my Barbie doll. He'd have to tell me that he loved me like a proper father would. And then we'd all go back home, and it would be happy families again in the Whitehall household. You get some really weird looks from neighbours. When age 13, you're stood on the corner of a sidewalk in little green fishnet tights and rollerblades, looking like a hooker out of Starlight Express. And then essentially slowly getting curb crawled by your own father, who drives up in a Mercedes, puts down the window, chucks some money at your feet and screams, I love you, now get in the car.